Good morning. On behalf of the staff and students of Seaman Middle School, it is with great pleasure that I welcome you to our building for today's press conference and fitness testing demonstration. We are proud to be the host site for today's activities. Seaman Middle School and the Seaman School District are blessed with outstanding physical education teachers. They are dedicated professionals who provide fitness, health, and wellness instruction that impact our students for a lifetime. Please join me in recognizing the efforts of Seaman Middle School physical education teachers Steve Bushnell, Lance Dugan, Natalie Graves, Janelle Henley, Seaman High School PE teacher Claudia Welch, and we have a student teacher with us this semester from the University of Kansas, Kelly Wayner. Let's give them a nice round of applause. We are fortunate to have several state leaders with us today as well. Please join me in welcoming the following dignitaries who will be speaking today. Diane DeBacker, the Commissioner for the Kansas State Department of Education. Brandon Skidmore, who is the Deputy Director of the Bureau of Health Promotion for the Kansas Department of Health and Environment. And Steve Cohen, who is the President of the Kansas Health Foundation. Commissioner DeBacker.
Thank you, Mr. Horton, and it's fantastic to be here at Seaman Middle School. I'm just surprised, though, that we all chose the same outfit today. How did that happen? No, it is fantastic to look out there and see all of you wearing the K-Fit t-shirts. And you may be wondering why in the world we're here today and why in the world we're taking a little bit of time out of your class and your day in order to celebrate. And so it's a pleasure to be able to make some important announcements and to let you know how you figure into that. So I have a few questions for you to get the morning started, and if you could just show with a show of hands as a yes or no, I think that will be a way for us to demonstrate this. So my first question is, how many of you ate a good breakfast this morning? All right, good show of hands. There's some good modeling happening there. All right, second question, I think you'll be able to answer this. How many of you participate in an activity or a sport or something that gets you moving outside the school day? Wow, again, a great show of hands. Now this is a question that you may not have an answer to, and that's all right, because that's why we're here. How many of you are aware of the research that shows the more active you are physically, the better you do in school? Yes? Yeah, a few of you. That's what we're here to tell you today. We have been able to have a program for the past several years with some of our partners that I'll describe here in a few minutes. And so we'll give you some information. But I know that when I was in school, I really looked forward to recess when I was in elementary school. I think most kids do. It was just a chance for you to get out there and get all that energy going, visit with your friends, and then come back in and be able to concentrate a little bit more. Then as you get to middle school and high school, it becomes physical education classes, and your classes today are fun. I was able to witness what was happening in that first period, I think it was, where you were doing some work with a video. That's not my PE class. That's not what I remember. So you guys are doing a fantastic job, and we need to continue to do that. So many years later for myself, I continue to work at maintaining some type of a physical exercise routine. For me, I have a desk job, and so I get to push paperwork all day long, and I don't get to get out and be as active as you do. So for me, simply getting up at noon and taking a walk around the block. For me, jogging, riding my bike, and lately yoga has been the way for me to stay active. And all of you are building those habits today by just a show of your hands that you're eating healthy and you're also participating in things. In 2011, just 3 years ago, the Healthy Kansas Schools program, a partnership between the State Department of Education and the Department of Health and Environment, we began a statewide initiative to track and improve fitness in Kansas schools. This initiative, called Kansas Fitness Information Tracking, or KFIT, that's what's on the front of all of our t-shirts, was funded by the Kansas Health Foundation, and it links fitness results using a fitness assessment tool called FitnessGram with academic performance in grades 4 through 9. The FitnessGram tests measure aerobic capability, muscular strength, endurance, and flexibility, and determine whether students are in a healthy fitness zone for your age and your gender. You guys know all this stuff. I bet most of you participated in the PACER test at some time, and you've done a few curls, you've done a few push-ups, and you know what I'm talking about. In fact, I think we're going to see some demonstrations here pretty soon before the morning's up. Well, today we are here to very proudly announce the results of the K-FIT study. And the results indicate that on an average, students who are physically fit and score above standard in the state reading assessments in math and reading, you also miss fewer days of school. The results also concluded that the odds of being above math and reading performance on those state assessments were significantly higher among students who met fitness standards in all 5 of the fitness tests compared to those who did not. So now just let me give you a few statistics. For students who met the fitness standards in 0 to 1 fitness test, 50.4% scored above standard on the reading assessment and 41.8% on the math assessment. So that's just for 0 to 1 of those fitness tests. For those of you who met the fitness standards in all 5 of the fitness tests, your results improved considerably. 73.5% scored above the standard on reading and 70.3% above the standard on math. Supporting the educational success of all of you and students across Kansas is the job of the State Department of Ed. It's a portion of what's happening at the State Department of Health and Environment, and certainly it's where the Kansas Health Foundation has chosen to put some effort and some resources behind it. Clearly providing healthy choices by having school lunches that are healthy, encouraging physical education and physical activity outside the school day, those are critical starting points for the success. So kids, I challenge you to do a couple things. One is move more. So get up off the couch, get away from the television, and move more. By the show of hands, you all already know that from the question I asked earlier. The second thing I ask you to do is start passing up on those unhealthy foods and start choosing a little bit more each and every day, more fruits and more vegetables. That will go a long way. And the third thing I ask you to do is I ask you to get the adults that are in your lives, your parents, your grandparents, your guardians, your brothers and your sisters, to move with you as well. Grab them by the hand and say, let's go for a walk. Let's go outside and catch a ball. Let's do something different than sitting in the house. We want you to be your best every day. And now it is my pleasure to sincerely thank the Kansas Health Foundation for providing the funding for this important study. It is groundbreaking in the state of Kansas and I think across the United States. So our thanks to the Health Foundation for doing that. And in order to do a proper introduction of the Kansas Health Foundation, I am going to pass the podium over to Brandon Skidmore, the Deputy Director for the Bureau of Health Promotion at the Kansas Department of Health and Environment. They've been a very great partner with us. So Brandon, this fantastic crowd is all yours.
Well, good morning. Thank you, Principal Horton, for hosting us in this great facility, and thank you, Commissioner, for your remarks this morning. Unfortunately, Secretary Mosier is unable to join us this morning, so on behalf of the Department of Health and Environment, thank you for attending. As a person who began their public health career some 15 years ago in the area of school health, I'm thrilled to be here today, and this is an exciting day for school health efforts in Kansas. K-FIT has been a complex project to develop and implement, and there are a number of individuals and organizations who are responsible for the great work we celebrate today. The Department of Education, our partners in health efforts, Cheryl Johnson, Dr. Mark Thompson, who has been living and breathing this project for nearly 5 years, Josh Mathismeyer, KSDE's IT department, who's really gone the extra mile to make this project possible. My colleagues at the Department of Health and Environment, Paula Clayton, Jennifer Church, Dr. Erica Welsh, who led the data analysis team, and certainly the Kansas Health Foundation, who continuously, generously lends their financial support to address critical public health issues in our state. And to schools like Seaman Middle School. Give yourself a hand. Who have embraced the K-FIT project from its very beginning. Prior to arriving this morning, I had a chance to meet with Dr. Welsh for an update on year 2 K-FIT data. And I'm pleased to announce that the number of schools reporting data through this system in year 2 has doubled from 152 in year 1 to over 300. And the total number of students has increased from 13,500 in year 1 to 56,000 in year 2. So we're certainly excited to see what year 2 data from K-FIT has in store for us. So why are we excited about the K-FIT project? First, through the first year of analyzed K-FIT data, we discovered similar relationships, as Commissioner DeBacher mentioned, between fitness and academic performance in our Kansas students, as has been seen in similar national research studies. And secondly, K-FIT supports the message that public health, medical providers, PE instructors, and school health professionals have been advocating for years. Physical activity is vital for good health and can contribute to learning. We know that regular physical activity provides fundamental health benefits for growing kids like yourself and contributes to a healthy body weight, improved coordination and endurance, and healthy development of the heart, lungs, bones, joints, and muscles. At the State Health Department, we work daily with partners across the state to prevent and better control chronic diseases such as type 2 diabetes, and healthy behaviors adopted early in life, such as routine physical activity, go a long way in keeping us all healthy. Thank you again for this opportunity. Schools, keep up the great work in supporting your students to be healthy and active. Students, embrace the opportunities and the lifelong benefits associated with each. It's now my privilege to introduce Steve Cohen, President and CEO of the Kansas Health Foundation. Steve.
Thanks. It's a great day to be here to talk about this wonderful program that we all at the Kansas Health Foundation have dreamed about for many, many years. And it's really great to be here with all of you students here at Seaman Middle School, home of the Vikings. You have so much to be proud of here at Seaman Middle School. We have heard about Seaman schools for many, many years, the great projects that you've done here, the great work of Claudia Welch and Principal Horton and all the many faculty members here at Seaman School. You are truly a leader in the area of health and wellness in the state of Kansas. You have so much to be proud of. From your district wellness nights to the 5K run at the high school, and from teachers like those here in the auditorium to the students like you that work every day to be physically fit. You are setting a standard and you deserve great praise. Thanks for all you do. As mentioned, I'm Steve Cohen. I'm President and CEO of the Kansas Health Foundation, and I am so excited to be here today in front of you, our future leaders of Kansas, to talk about the K-FIT program. At the Kansas Health Foundation, we promote health and wellness in our schools, our neighborhoods, and our workplaces. We grow leaders in our communities, we inspire decision makers, we act as a voice for healthy public policy, and we start and foster community philanthropy that will see our mission thrive for generations across the state of Kansas. We believe that a comprehensive focus on health and wellness in our schools will pay long-term dividends and has led us to invest more than $4 million in a number of school-based initiatives across the state of Kansas, centered on making our school buildings and our school districts across Kansas healthy environments for our children. We believe that physical activity before, during, and after the school day is essential for today's educational system. In fact, in April 2009, we invested $1.2 million in the K-FIT program to determine whether or not physical activity levels or fitness indicators impact academic performance. This report, along with many other studies, suggests if you want kids to perform better on state tests, you certainly don't take away opportunities for physical activity. While Seaman Middle School has found great value in the K-FIT system, There are still schools across our state that have not yet implemented this program. As mentioned before, we have room for more than 900 schools to participate in K-FIT, and we urge all Kansas schools that are interested to contact us, or KDHD or KSDE, to participate in the program. We believe it is critical, both today and tomorrow, that our children grow, develop, and learn in healthy environments where fitness and physical activity are priorities. And KHF, the Kansas Health Foundation, is ready and willing to work with partners across the state to ensure that Kansas schools are the perfect example of this type of healthy environment. We must prioritize getting our kids active in all schools across Kansas, whether it includes after-school programs, active recess programs, quality PE classes, or broadly an increased culture of activity in our schools. We all know that our children are the key to helping us achieve a future where Kansas will be the healthiest, most productive, and most livable state in the country. We thank you again for inviting us to your beautiful school. And now I need to roll up my own sleeves and get active. Thank you. Principal Horton.